Hello, everyone, and welcome back to The Rundown. I will be your host today, Craig DeLuz, coming at you from the West Coast, the left coast, behind the Iron Curtain, otherwise known as the Sierras. But as we all know, I do not do this program by myself.
That's right. My name is Mike Piwowarski, coming to you live from the East Coast. That's the coast with the most, from the co-host with the most here on the Rundown. 2A Views, conservative news. Craig, guess what day it is?
Oh, it's that day.
Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Who's ready?
Throw punch Thursday, bitch.
Why does that always amuse me?
No, I don't know.
You have no idea. Oh, well.
I'm going to go
I
with
guess I'm
user
just
error.
one of those guys, I guess.
Yep.
In any case, pleasure to be with you here, sir, on Throat Punch Thursday, where we talk about all the fun stuff that's gone on during the week. And, well, we definitely got some throat punching to be talking about today.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. We need to. It's good that we got good news because I got the World Cup withdrawal shakes. We don't have matches till this weekend. So
I know. Well, isn't Morocco playing today?
yeah, I mean it's Morocco.
Hey, look, I am rooting for Morocco because Morocco is the only non-European or non-Latin American team. In other words, they're the only team from a continent that has not won the World Cup. So I'm rooting for Morocco.
I believe they're playing. They're playing France, aren't they?
Yeah, and I just got word that they're being blown out.
2-0.
Let's see. I'm taking a look right now.
I believe it's 2-0. I could be wrong.
Yep. Oh, it's finished. Yeah, they just finished.
Oh, they just
France,
finished?
France beat Morocco. Yeah.
All right. Well.
Yeah.
Oh well. So now who are we rooting for?
France.
Norway? France?
Oh,
That's
I'm
right.
doing-
I forgot. You're rooting for France.
France.
Oh well.
I'll go watch the game later. I didn't get to watch it today. But yeah, that I wanted to see because there's a lot of history if you know the history of that area between France and Morocco. So
Yes, I understand that there is. I don't know. I'm kind of like now. I'm like it's the same old, same old. So
for many years it was French Morocco. Remember, Morocco was
Right.
referred to as. Yeah,
right
so.
now, if I understand now, Argentina is the only Latin American country left, right?
We have Argentina. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, because we have Spain, Belgium tomorrow.
Right.
Saturday, Norway, England, and then
Mhm.
Saturday, Argentina, Switzerland.
I just have a hard time rooting for the French, man. And I realize your reason for rooting for the French is more because you have a player on the team that you like, or a couple.
Yeah,
of
it was going obviously USA, right? But we knew that wasn't going to happen.
Right.
Then England is playing Norway, so I'll be rooting for them. But if it comes down to England and France in the end, I don't know who I'll be rooting for. But I think Argentina's got a good shot to be there because of the whole Messi factor.
There you go. Well, I think I will probably wind up rooting for England in the end. But right now, I just want to watch good games at this point.
That's it. Are you watching the Zlatan coverage with him and Thierry Henry? Oh, they're doing the Fox analysis on it. Those two are great together.
Honestly, I would
not.
not.
Here as well.
The thing is, I wouldn't know good soccer analysis if you could put it right in front of me. I wouldn't know if it was good or not.
So I watch. Obviously, I've said this before. I'm a huge Premier League fan. English
Yes,
Premier
you
League.
are. Yes, you are.
They're two 45-minute halves. So
Right.
unlike baseball, unlike any sport in this country, when that match starts, all you watch is the sport for 45 minutes plus the stoppage time.
Yep.
And then during the 15 minutes in the break, you get to see the broadcasters. But
Right.
you watch the whole game straight through. There are no commercial breaks during the match.
No. I do like that about soccer. I mean, you pretty much have a pretty good idea, plus or minus a few minutes at the end, or plus a few minutes at the end. The only thing that gets me about it is you never really know when the game is going to be over.
Well, not with these referees, you do. If it's the team they want to win, they'll extend the time and let you play over. If it's the team they don't want to win, they stop them on the clock. It's been horribly one-sided, the FIFA officials.
Yeah, well, that's kind of, from what I understand, that's kind of FIFA, right?
Well, FIFA, that's why they call them FIFA, because they're always stealing games.
They're always stealing games. Sometimes, sir, it just be like it.
Yep.
Anyway, all right. Well, enough with the international discussion of soccer or football. Let's go ahead and get into the program and start it off the way we usually do, with a quick shout out to our sponsors.
Yeah, Hitman Industries, hitmanindustries.net. Get on over there. They got AR barrels, rifle caliber, pistol caliber, any length you desire. You can also get a whole range of standard rifle, pistol, shotgun barrels that you might need. That's hitmanindustries.net. California Republican Assembly, fighting a good fight behind enemy lines. Now you can take part in California's future today. If you want the best in tactical concealed holsters on the market, get over to hogholsters.com. It's HAWG holsters.com. Use the discount code RUNDOWN. One word, no spaces, all caps. Get yourself a nice little discount. And if you want the best in field gear, tactical gear, web gear, security, military, whatever it may be, get your group together, get your agency together, place an order at uscombatgear.com, where you can get everything except the gun.
Also, I want to encourage you, if you have not already done so, please sign up for the 2A newsletter brought to you by 2A News. It is a great way to get your Second Amendment news on the daily, Monday through Friday, in your email box, whether it's coming from the mainstream media, whether it's coming from the Second Amendment media, whether it's videos, whether it's blogs, whatever it is, trust me, if it's important to the Second Amendment, you will find it in the 2A newsletter. Once again, delivered conveniently right to your inbox.
Get it right there. I got mine.
Get right there. It'd be right there, no mine? Right there, no mine? All right. Also want to encourage you, if you are watching this program during the 3 o'clock hour on the West Coast, or during the 6 o'clock hour on the East Coast, or any place in between, you are watching us live, which means we are taking your comments. I'm looking right over here, and I'm looking for stuff that's interesting, right? And if I find it to be interesting, we will share your comments with our audience. And now, the best way to be interesting, by the way, well, it's by disagreeing with us. And if you disagree with us, that's okay, because that gives us the opportunity to mock you.
Oh, wow, is that a mockingbird?
Man, is that a mockingbird? Is that a mockingbird?
We will mock you, baby.
We will mock you. And that's all right. That's all right. You be all right. You be all right. Anyway, let's see. Let's go ahead and get into today's news stories really, really quick. And we're going to start over here with, you might have heard that the ceasefire is off. There is no more ceasefire. Trump has finally resolved. He's finally realized what I think most of us have realized. And I think he always realized this. I just think he's just now figuring, okay, I just got to say it out loud. And that is, it's time for the smackdown to commence and to basically do what we, in my opinion, should have done months ago. And that is basically, we're going to carry out the Iran bitch slap as long as it takes. This being reported from Turkey by the folks over at the New York Post. The U.S. is prepared for resumed attacks on Iran to last days or even weeks should Tehran continue its strikes on the Strait of Hormuz and beyond, as President Trump is resolved to not let the, quote, sick, end quote, regime go unchecked. Trump's restarted military campaign is being described internally by some administration officials as a, quote, bitch slap to the Islamic Republic after Trump in May called airstrikes a love tap when Tehran previously attacked ships in the key waterway. How long the bombing campaign lasts is based heavily on Iran's response, sources told the Post. On his way back from the NATO summit in Turkey late Wednesday, Trump said he didn't know if it would become full-scale war, but added, we'd win it very quickly. Of course, he would say that we would win it very quickly. The reality is, Mike, and I think you've stated this, and I have been in agreement, you know, he wanted to give them every opportunity to be able to make a deal. And I think that some of his terms and terminology, the way in which he's responded, has all been, I think they want to deal, and I think a lot of that was I don't want to say wishful thinking, but I think hoping they would take the easy way out. Instead, they chose the hard way. And I think he was always willing to do this. I just think he wanted to give them an opportunity to not receive what they're about to receive.
Yeah, I think there's two reasons for it. The one obviously you just covered. It was to be seen in the world as giving them the opportunity to come around and do the right thing. I believe that he expected that. He expected that that they were going to not acquiesce, that the timid ceasefire was not going to hold, and that we'd end up back here. But while doing that and coming to that ceasefire, that got liberal Congress off his back, right? That took them out of the equation. Oh, okay. Well, we wanted him to stop. We passed a resolution to make him stop. He stopped. And then Iran went and did their thing like we expected them to do, like he expected them to do. And he gets to start all over again, bombing them back into the Stone Age. So again, just as predicted, this is what was going to occur.
Yeah, I just wish I wish he had just not even done the ceasefire. I wish he had just finished the job back then. But, he's playing the politics of it. And,
well, he had to, because the media was all over him for it. The media and the liberals were all over him for it. So this is a victory for him, because he says, look, I did what you wanted to do. Well, now we got to go back and finish it.
Let's be honest. He was going to declare victory no matter what. No matter what, he was going to declare victory. So I think he could have just declared the victory earlier, because I think if we had kept up what we were doing and the intensity of it another month, I think that Iran would have been in no position to resist anything. I think he gave them the Strait of Hormuz as a weapon to use against the world.
Yep.
And now we have to put that added work into making sure that we secure that strait. Anyway, we're now gonna have to make sure that we secure that strait. Anyway, all that having been said, I'm giving him credit for being willing to give them a chance, as opposed to doing what I wish he had done, which was just bomb them into the Stone Age months ago.
Did you see? I guess he was doing a phone interview. The president was doing a phone interview yesterday, and during the phone interview, the leadership in Tehran called the president, and he told the interviewer, "Hey, I got to call you back. Tehran's on the other line." And he came back on the line, and the interviewer goes, "Well, what was the phone call, Mr. President?" And he goes, "Oh, they were begging us to stop bombing. Our fighters were over their capital, and they couldn't do anything about it. And I told them to go to hell."
Oh yeah. Well, I definitely believe that what is happening is it's either one of two things. Either they're just two-faced and they're lying either to us or to the media. I think they're telling Trump one thing, and then they're doing something completely different. So I think first there's either that, or what you're seeing is just they're not necessarily in full control of all of their military assets.
There you go, and that's what's going on, right? We did the key strategic point was to take out their leadership. Took out their leadership in day one.
Right.
Took out the new leadership in day two. Took out the new leadership in day three. So now you've got all these factions around the country, and there might be individual commanders over certain military aspects, and they have no idea who's in charge. So when they see something in the straits, or they see a missile or a bomb or something that they can react to, they're doing it and not clearing it, because not are they not asking Tehran, but they don't know who to ask. There's nothing left. I mean, it's not like I could pick up the phone and call the phone at the Capitol. The Capitol's gone.
Right.
It's gone.
I think that's a big part of it. I think they're just it's the people who are there talking to, who Trump is talking to. They do want to put an end to it, but they're not necessarily the ones whose fingers are on the buttons.
Correct. Correct. They have no control.
Anyway, well, then basically what I think they're going to have to do is they're just going to have to destroy the buttons.
That's it.
Pretty much, till they are gone. Speaking of gone, Mexico has decided that they're going to threaten legal action against the United States. Get this, though. They're looking for legal action over the shooting of an illegal that was shot basically in Texas. Let's talk a little bit about that. This being reported by the folks over at Breitbart News. It says here, Mexico's President Claudia Sheinbaum announced that her government is looking into taking legal action against agents from U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement following the latest shooting incident in Texas. Quote, We cannot allow the mistreatment of our brothers who are in the United States, Sheinbaum said during her morning news conference, referring to a case on Tuesday in Houston. Breitbart, Texas reported U.S. federal agents from ICE were trying to arrest Lorenzo Salgado Arojo, there you go, a Mexican national illegally present in the United States when, according to an agency statement, the man resisted arrest, allegedly used his vehicle to ram an ICE vehicle, and then attempted to run over a federal agent in response to the use of a vehicle as a weapon. Authorities fired at Salgado, fatally injuring him. Now, Mike, once again, I'm just going to say this continually again. If you decide to use your vehicle as a weapon, you're going to find out.
Yeah, it's a 6,000-pound weapon. Deadly force is authorized. That's pretty clear. I've got an idea for her. The president down there. By the way, I thought the president of Mexico was Manuel Labor. I don't know why. Here's an idea. If you don't want your people to be injured in the United States, perhaps you should, I don't know, hire some border guards, maybe put them on your side of the border and keep them from coming to our side of the border. Just a thought. Just a thought. Maybe that might work, keeping them from being arrested and deported or being hurt when they resist. Just a thought here, Craig.
It's really hard to get hurt in the United States when you're not in the United States.
It's true.
We don't have a lot of ICE agents in Mexico that are shooting people. I'm just saying.
No, it's not a lot.
There's not a lot of incidents where people in Mexico are attempting to run over U.S. customs agents with their vehicles. So perhaps if you put more of an effort into keeping your folks there, or how about this? How about you improve your economy so that they don't want to come here? Maybe that would be something worth doing.
Little thing, maybe Mexico should get a $15 an hour minimum wage.
Because minimum wages solve every problem, right?
Everything, yeah.
Every problem. Except the only problem is if they instituted a $15 an hour, if they instituted a minimum wage there, then young black males would not be able to get a job in Mexico.
True, but there would be.
That's who's primarily hurt by minimum wage laws.
If they made a $15 minimum wage, that means everybody in Mexico would be a peso millionaire.
They would be. Of course, nobody would be able to afford Mexican food in Mexico.
No.
No one would be able to afford anything, but hey, at least those who do still have jobs, all 12 of them, will be earning a decent living.
We could franchise some Taco Bells and send them down there so they could have Mexican food.
Okay, Mike, we've had this conversation before. Taco Bell is not Mexican food.
Right. Taco Bell's not Mexican food, but it's the phone company down there. That's what it is, Taco Bell.
Right. I'm just going to leave that. I'm just going to leave that alone, Mike. Just so you know, your assignment, your dates, your proposed dates for racial sensitivity training, they'll be on their way.
Oh, all right. Okay. I'll teach that class.
There you go. I'm sure you will. Anyway, my camera keeps tripping because my camera has got this. It's got tracking.
Yep.
And I thought I had turned off the you can do hand signals in order to make the tracking turn on. And I thought I had turned it off, but evidently I only did it for the other camera. So every time I lift my hands up or I do something like that, it starts tracking me.
You're on target.
On target. We're on target. No, the proper pronunciation is Target.
Target. Ooh, yeah.
All right. Well, here's something. This makes for a great conversation because it's something that you and I knew would happen, but no one else would definitely believe that was happening. At least none of the folks on the gun grabbing left would believe that this is happening. And that is the fact that there are actually fewer homicides involving firearms in Florida since they've introduced permitless carry. This is a piece written by our good friend over at Bearing Arms, Mr. Cam Edwards. New stats show fewer gun-involved homicides after Florida adopted permitless carry. In 2023, gun control advocates predicted that Florida's permitless carry law would make the state a more dangerous place. Debbie Powell, a Giffords, Florida senior advisor, declared, quote, "DeSantis just made Florida less safe." Everytown's Shannon Watts called the new law a, quote, "dangerous policy." While Moms Demand Action volunteer Gay Valamont, now running for Congress as a Democrat in Florida's 1st District, proclaimed the law, quote, "will immediately decrease public safety in our state and will blow the door right open for a staggering increase in gun violence." Instead, new data from Johns Hopkins Center for Gun Violence Solutions at the Johns Hopkins Bloomberg School of Public Health, hardly a bastion of pro-2A support, shows that gun-involved homicides dropped by 11% in Florida between 2015 and 2024. The report also found that states with the lowest rate of gun-involved homicides include the permitless carry states of New Hampshire, Vermont, Montana, Wyoming, Idaho, and North Dakota. It was funny. I was having this conversation with a couple of young folks here at where I'm at right now, and one of the things that I mentioned to them was I said a lot of people don't understand that there's a saying that armed society is a polite society, and they didn't understand where that came from. But Mike, I mean, I think this is evidence, once again, that that tends to be the case.
I mean, agreed, Craig. I mean, how is it possible that more guns equals less crime? Oh, wait, that's what we've been saying forever. That's what's been proven forever. How many authors do we know and other advocates out there that this is the core principle: more guns equals less crime. An armed society is a polite society. That's what you get. So it's very interesting, very interesting. Just for the record, Craig, the Guy Valmont, it's a she, not a man. So,
yeah. Well, I just saw Gary and knew it was a liberal. I saw Gay. I saw Gay. Thought it was a knew it was a liberal, and for some reason popped in my head Gary, but it's gay.
Yeah. Well, if it was
it's just gay.
Well, if it was French, that would be a guy's name, but she's got a man's name, a man's French name.
A gay man's French name.
Yeah. Yeah. It is a gay name. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, because it is literally the name gay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Right,
no jokes there. No
she
jokes.
She is gay.
She is. She is.
Anyway,
Gay Valmont.
Gay Valmont. That French name right there. They're French.
Yep.
Call him nickname is Frenchy on account of like the French kiss.
Oh, yeah.
You don't remember that from In Living Color?
I do. I'm just I know what she looks like, so I was picturing that. So
okay. Well, anyway, back to the story. The thing is, and this was one of the things that I tried to communicate, is that most of the people who are law-abiding citizens, who are pro-Second Amendment, they are people who, number one, they are not looking for trouble. They just want to be prepared if trouble finds them. And the question was raised, well, but it just seems like you're carrying a gun so that if you're carrying a gun in order to protect yourself from a gun, it just seems like if we could just get rid of all the guns. And I'm like, well, so the problem with that is multi-phase. Number one, there are a number of places in this world where they have banned guns, and guess what? They have not gotten rid of guns. Not only have they not gotten rid of guns, they haven't gotten rid of violence involving guns. They also have not gotten rid of violence. All you have to do is look at what's going on right now in the rash of mass stabbings that are taking place right now in both France as well as in Great Britain. It's a thing. And when you start talking about and focusing on the tool as opposed to the point behind it, or the mentality behind it, the mentality behind people carrying firearms is this: the good guys carry a gun, and they do it with the idea that they're looking to save lives and protect the innocent. those who are seeking to do harm with firearms now know, because the good guys are now armed, they're a lot less likely to jump bad, right? They're a lot less likely to do something because they know that engaging in the business that they wish to engage in has a greater likelihood of ending up with automatic air conditioning.
Yes, and that's something we have in this country. They don't have in Europe, automatic air conditioning.
No, they do not. And see, if they did, you'd have a lot fewer deaths.
That's right. A lot less air conditioned stabbings as well.
Yes, exactly. Although that's probably part of the thing. They don't have air conditioning, so they're probably getting mad and going out and stabbing people out there over there in Europe.
They're just trying to air themselves out. You know?
Hey, all you gotta do, Chicago is a great example, man. On the hot days and days where it's like the humidity is like over 90% or the temperature is over 100 degrees. Look, homicides go up in Chi-Town, in Chirac.
Yeah, yep, it does. It's odd because New York, Philly, and Chicago, when they get them heat waves, they get a lot of people dead because there's still people there that don't have AC all year long.
Right.
But
you also get a lot more shootings, stabbings, fights, stuff like that.
Oh yeah. Extreme heat or extreme cold is going to cause it. Yep.
Folks get angry and they get hot.
Yep.
Hot. Anyway, the other interesting thing about this conversation that I had today, and it was once again, it was a couple of folks who, by the way, very, very, very articulate young folks. I had a chance to talk about a bunch of different things, and we talked about kind of the perspective of free market economics versus socialism. And and then sure enough, as I'm looking through stories, come across this one from the folks over at the Washington Free Beacon, where they're actually pointing to the New York Times is pointing to the crushing cost of living driving youth to socialism. And this is basically what the New York Times is claiming. And here you see, once again, this is a page from the New York Times here. It says, groundswell for democratic socialists rooted in crushing cost of living. It says here, the executive editor of the New York Times, Joe Kahn, just did an interview in which he boasts about his 2,200 person newsroom and talks about the need for skeptical editors, including those on the political right, who ask, quote, what are we missing here? The Times newsroom's latest investigative effort to discover what's attracting young people to socialism sure could have benefited from that kind of scrutiny. It appears, unfortunately, absent. Under the print headline, quote, groundswell for democratic socialists rooted in crushing cost of living, and online headline, quote, how economic anxiety is driving the democratic socialist surge, the New York Times interviews the socialists themselves, who predictably deliver a Marxist analysis of the situation. Quote, in interviews, many DSA members, leaders, and strategists argue that the driving force in the primary results and in the group's expanding influence is a sense, especially among young people, that the economy isn't working for many people. The economic frustration and the spotlight given to it by Mayor Zoran Mamdani is prompting many to join DSA, with the national organization announcing that it had surpassed 120,000 members by Saturday, the Times reports. Now, Mike, the funny part about this is that what they fail to realize, and once again, I'm not necessarily saying that is not the reason why some young people are leaning that direction. It's just a question of whether or not the solutions offered by the DSA are actually going to, or have they actually done anything to solve, or have they actually exacerbated the issue of affordability?
Well, I mean, no. Obviously, they're attracting these people, and everybody that's signing up to be part of the DSA are people without jobs or mortgages. That's what you're getting, because you're promising them free stuff. This might as well be the party of free college. Billionaires are going to pay for it. That's what it is. It's just you're taking all these people that have decided, well, I want to live in utopia and have everything paid for and it all be rosy. And these are the people signing up for that.
Well, but it's not just that. Actually, if you want to look at who's driving the DSA, in particular leadership of the DSA, they are all upper middle class to wealthy, largely white, but they are largely people who. Okay, why did my camera just go off?
Ooh, look at that. It just got crazy.
Camera just went out. Camera just
Yeah.
went out on me real quick. Hold on, let me switch cameras real quick.
It's Craig. It's the upper middle class, and you have rich people in this because they want to be the benefactors. They want to be the controllers. These are the ones that want to be the elite and have these workers below them. Where here you go, we're going to give you a little bit of this and a little bit of that, a little bit of free stuff, and you be our loyal, constituents, our worker bees for us. That's all this is. It's trying to create communism there in New York with the promise of free stuff for everybody.
Exactly. Anyway, sorry about that, folks. My camera went out, but I am now officially back. There we go. Fun stuff. Gotta love technology.
There we go.
Anyway, but the thing is that whenever you look at it, and here's the thing that causes unaffordability, and if you look at it, first of all, the biggest areas where it is unaffordable are places that are largely run by Democrats. It's places like California, and even in those places, it's largely the big cities that once again are largely driven by Democrats. Yep. or the and it's driven by a couple of things. One, they're driven by, part of it is they generally just tend to be expensive places to live. But then you start adding in the inability to build new housing, right? The inability or over-regulation, right? You look at over-taxation. You look at all of the things where government has basically gotten involved in or basically interrupted the market, or all of those places are the places where unaffordability has become a thing. In places that are largely in Republican areas, I mean, name one Republican-run city where they say you can't afford it's too unaffordable, or where unaffordability is much, much higher than in other places. It just doesn't exist.
Right.
I won't say it doesn't exist. It's a lot less likely. How about that?
Yeah. Well, you've got more people in those areas when they find themselves on down economic times. They don't go ask for the handout, right? So then they lock themselves in at a certain economic level, and everything becomes unaffordable to them, as opposed to being of conservative values. When that happens, you know what? I'm going to go get a job, or I'm going to create a job. I'm going to find a way to make money.
Well, one of the other things is this, and this is one of the big parts, is that people think, for example, well, I have a right to be able to afford to live where I want to live, right? And in many cases, they think that in the most expensive places. They want to be like me saying, okay, well, you know what? I have a right to live in Hawaii, so I ought to be able to just go there, and they ought to pay me to do whatever it is that I want to do and live wherever it is that I want to live. And I have no agency in that. There was a time, I mean, right now, we are the least mobile people generation ever. It used to be like my parents, they moved from back east to California because this is where the land of opportunity was, right? Now you have people who are saying, well, I'm not going to leave the land of opportunity. I feel I should be able to just stay here and live. And if I need you to support me, then that's what you should do, right? But you're also, though, by the way, you're seeing people leave places like California, leave places like New York, to go to the places of opportunity, like Texas, like Tennessee, like North Carolina or South Carolina.
Yeah, absolutely right. Listen, and those that want to leave, they've gotten so far in over their head taking these government handouts that they can't afford to leave, right? There's nowhere to go. Although if California realized it, what they're getting in handouts there could probably live well somewhere else. It's just California's going to take that money back from them. In fact, your governor said, if you leave, we're going to take money back. We're taking money back if you leave. I
will tell you, I want to say at least 10, 15 years ago, my sister made that decision. She was living largely on government assistance. She left the state of California, and now she not only owns her home, she owns a couple of homes, but she moved to the state of, at first she went to Louisiana, then to Florida. But she now, is doing well for herself, because she left a place that was where she largely was dependent on the government to a place where she could thrive economically or financially. Now she's doing well. But as long as we think that stuff is owed to us, and that's a problem with America. Period. We just seem to have this expectancy. I don't know what's the term I'm looking for, but it's this entitlement. We have this feeling of entitlement in America sometimes, and we got to get beyond that.
Yeah, there are plenty of people out there that definitely need to get behind that.
Yes. Yeah. Beyond that. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, that now takes us to our parting shots. Parting shots are brought to you by Hog Holsters. Just go to hogholsters.com. Use the discount code The Rundown, all caps, no spaces, one word, and get your Hog holster today. So I keep forgetting to set all these up when I open them up. So our parting shots today are going to be brought to you by the Babylon Bee, fake news that you can trust. We're going to start right over here. It says, Democrats quietly add, quote, "Have you raped anyone?" to questionnaire for aspiring candidates.
Yep. That's okay. Yep.
You might think that would have already been something they checked out, but evidently not. Oh, here's another one. GOP senators reassure public they spoke with Mitch McConnell just this morning by going to Witch of Endor.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
Dude, just come on, y'all. Tell us what's up with Mitch McConnell. What's going on? Just y'all need to put that information out there. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He's a senator, and I'm all for HIPAA and all of that, but someone needs to tell us something's going on with Mitch McConnell.
Yeah. Agreed.
All right. Activists push for California schools to teach girl math.
Girl math, huh? No.
You don't believe in gender equality? Is that what it is?
I don't need to know girl math. It's wrong. It's wrong.
Girl math is wrong.
Girl math is I bought 2 pairs of shoes and I saved you $80. What? No, you spent $100.
Yeah, my wife would disagree with you. I think she's fact checked that math multiple times.
Yeah. No.
All right, and then finally, Nazi really regretting getting Graham Plattner tattoo.
Well, he didn't know what it was, and he just got it because it looked cool one night, and he's had it for 18 years.
He's had it for 18 years, and of course, I won't even get it. I'm not even going to go there. That would be kind of an inappropriate joke. In any case, that now brings us to the end of our program. But before we go, we're going to give one more quick shout out to our sponsors.
Yep, Hitman Industries, hitmanindustries.net. Get on over there, get yourself some AR barrels, rifle caliber, pistol caliber, any length you desire. They've got them all, any kind of barrel you want, any kind of firearm. Check them out today at hitmanindustries.net. California Republican Assembly, fighting a good fight behind enemy lines. Now you can take part in California's future today. And if you want the best in field gear, tactical gear, web gear, law enforcement, security, fire, EMS, whatever it may be, get your group together, get your agency together, place an order at uscombatgear.com, where you can get everything except the gun.
Anyway, folks, I want to once again thank you, every single one of you who participated in the program, came and listened to us. I did notice that we got a few comments. I did not find them interesting, thus I did not share them. Look, that'll teach some of y'all. Be interesting.
Better luck next time.
Better luck next time. In any case, we will be back tomorrow. Thank you so much for tuning in, for liking and sharing the program, and encouraging your friends to do the same. We will see you mañana. Peace out.